Oak Ridge Church family, it's Pastor Nick again here at the church. I wanted to take a little time today to just share with you some helpful hints and some tricks on ways that you can make the online worship service experience more impactful in the lives of your family members. You know, one of the things that I would encourage you to do, one of those helpful things would be when it comes time for worship, to get up out of bed and get dressed and get ready for worship, essentially like you would if you were going to worship at church. Now, that doesn't mean we have to get up and get all dolled up and put on our Sunday best, so to speak. But what it does mean is that we want to take worship very seriously, because worship is serious business to God. And so by getting up out of the bed and not laying in the bed watching our worship service in your pajamas, we instead are getting ourselves put in the right mindset when it comes to worship. So we're getting prepared for worship just like we would any other Sunday. And because worship is serious, we want to take it seriously. Something else that I would encourage you to do, since you are getting up and you're getting dressed and ready for worship, gather your family together in a central location. Don't be scattered throughout the house with different people watching videos on their different devices. Bring your family together, because worship is a family activity. And so I would encourage you to gather your family together in your living room or in some central location where you can all focus on the worship service at hand. And what that means is to avoid multitasking. Instead of having cell phones out and different things, different devices or different toys and different things that would distract from the worship service, set aside all of those things and make worship the focus of what's going on in the life of your family for that time period while that video is being played. Something else that I would encourage you to do is to watch the worship services and the Bible studies on the largest screen possible in your home. Now, for some people, that's going to be your cell phone. For others, that might be a tablet. For others, it may be a laptop or even a smart TV of some sort. Whatever the largest screen is that you can easily put your worship service displayed on, then I would encourage you to do that, because watching it on a larger screen makes it feel more like you're in the service. And it's a lot better experience for you when it comes to worshiping in that way. Something else that I would encourage you to do, and this is going to sound completely absurd, but get ready for it. When it comes time to sing the songs, sing them loud and proud. Because trust me, it's going to be just as awkward for us here in the sanctuary with the few of us that will be here to make these services happen. For us to sing and sing loud and proud, it's going to be just as awkward for us. But here, the thing is, we're not singing for ourselves. We're not singing for our family members. We're singing to be heard by God, and that's what we want to do. Yeah, it's going to feel weird at first, but what we need to understand is that we're singing for God and nobody else. And so I would encourage you to sing and sing loud and make it a time of worship through song with your entire family. Something else that I would probably end with today is this. When the video ends, when the worship service ends, don't disconnect from the service as soon as the video ends. What that means is talk with your family about what the message was all about. You never know when God may open up the door for one of your children or your spouse to potentially put their faith in Christ right there in the middle of this family worship service that's going on online. And so be sure to talk with your family about what the message meant to them, and ask them if they have any questions. If you have children, they may ask some really challenging questions. And it's okay not to know the answers, but what you can tell them is, I'll get you an answer. I don't know that right now, but we'll check into getting you an answer. We'll talk to Pastor Nick or someone else that can help get us an answer. And, you know, something else that you can do is ask them how they should respond to the message that was preached that day. It's important. Even though we won't have a time of invitation here in the church like we normally would, God still expects us to respond to the messages that He gives to us. And so ask your family how they would respond. Invite them to respond however God is leading them. And as always, if I'm needed to help counsel or to talk to someone about something, you know how to reach me, and I'll be glad to help out with anything I can at any time as our messages go out over the internet, so that we can try and help lead people into a deeper walk with Christ, and for some, into a relationship with Christ. And so those are just a few helpful hints on how to worship online and get the most out of the worship experience that we're going to be having here at Oak Ridge for the next few weeks, as we're unable to gather here in the sanctuary, but we we'll be streaming all of our services online, not only through our Facebook page, but also through our YouTube channel. And you can find our YouTube channel by searching for Oak Ridge Baptist Church of Conway Springs. And with that being said, we look forward to you joining us for worship in your homes on Sunday.